hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy like a guitar. bigger pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. When the moon hits your eye like a bigger pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Bella. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy, like a guitarandella. When the moon hits your eye like a bigger pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. When the moon hits your eye like a bigger pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita.
Hey, what's going on, fellow captains? It's Muse. So, game in the Michelangelo today. We get abandoned in our spawn, and we end up absolutely dumpstering the enemy spawn. Good stuff. Michelangelo, if you missed out on this ship, you missed out. Very nasty ship. Fairly tanky. Loaded for bear. Absolutely loaded for bear. We're going to talk about that some. So basically, you have your secondaries on the front and rear, and they are cruiser guns, 150s. So just your secondaries alone, bow or stern, you're firing cruiser guns with cruiser reload. You don't quite get the range of a cruiser, but it's still pretty nasty. Still pretty nasty, even if you just point your front at something. And then you have these monster guns midship. Now, the angles, you have to open yourself up to get those monster guns on something, but that's not that difficult. So yeah, we're going to move on and we're going to talk about all this. All right, first up, we'll take a look at the mods. So here in the first slot, we have secondary mod 2 for the secondaries. Second slot, we have steering gears mod 2. Third slot, guess what it is? Concealment mod 1. And the last slot, we are running secondary battery mod 3. That's for the reload on the secondaries. And then we do have the SAP equipped. So that is the loadout for the modifications. And we're going to move on. Then we're going to have a look at our consumables. So, damage control party, pretty standard. Repair party, not bad. It's a repair. You could take a sonar instead. I go with the repair party. Exhaust smoke, your rolling smoke, must have on Italian cruisers. And then our secondary enhanced targeting. Then we're going to hop over to the commander, and we do have a Geist on it, so we are going to pop underneath, take a look underneath the guys, see who are hiding here, and it is D.R.E, the Italian battleship secondary commander. Yes, on a cruiser, because we want more secondaries. We want all the secondaries. So first slot we have, not one for the nuance, that's going to lower our fire chance. Porcupine, that's going to give us range on the secondary, some grouping and dispersion as well. Firefighter, that brings down our fire risk and also brings down our damage control cooldown time. Then we have Properly Meticulous, that's going to be for the secondary battery reload, all kinds of secondary perks, fight fire with fire in the legendary. Over on the inspirations, we have Hipper, because secondaries. and Haruna. And that's going to be it for the commander build. Again, battleship secondary commander is the way to go on Michelangelo. All right, then we have the armor. Like I said, this thing is pretty tanky, especially that belt. You don't want to get broadside. Even if you do get broadside, you can still tank quite a bit, especially with other cruisers, but you don't want to test it. So don't go broadside if you don't have to. But yeah, this thing is fairly tanky. It does have a pretty crazy citadel, which is why you don't want to get broadside, because if that belt does not stop it and it gets up in that citadel, you're going to have a problem. But yeah, it's definitely has a very, very tanky feel to it for a cruiser, which you're going to see in the featured battle. We're going to be against 3 ships, so we're going to put on a little tanking clinic, and we're going to move on. All right, lastly, we're going to take a look at the stats. Survivability, we have 66,000 hit points with 28% torpedo damage reduction. Slide on over to the guns. The main guns are 320 millimeters with a reload time of 24 seconds. And the secondaries, we have 2090 millimeters and 1252 millimeters. Torpedoes, we have 6 533 millimeters, very nasty. Again, this thing is loaded for bear. AA is middle of the road. It's not the worst, but it's not anything good either. Maneuverability, 33.5 knots with our build, turning circle 830, and the rudder shift 86, with a 10-6 concealment. Yes, 10-6 concealment, because it's Italian. We love Italian ships for that reason. We're going to move on. All right, that's going to take us to the featured battle. We are on Mountain Range. Let's go. So yeah, we spawn over here at the alpha side. Right off the rip, the 2 ships that spawn over here with me are just going to completely bail and even have the gall to tell me to get back, which I don't do. If I spawn somewhere, I'm fighting for that. Usually when people just give up a part of the map, it leads to very bad things. So even if I'm just going to die, slowing them down till the rest of our team can like recover and get back to cover that, that's what's going to happen. I'm not going to just completely abandon an entire area of the map. It's not a thing we do. So yeah, I immediately start turning out to go out to the flank because I spawned on the flank. And abandoning flanks is a horrible, horrible, horrible idea unless you like losing. But a lot of people seem to do it. It's okay because it ended up leaving us with more damage for ourselves over here. And we ended up having a fairly decent game. 3,000 base XP and 200k damage. Very quickly. Like, it all happened very quickly. Like, once this fight over here at Alpha is over, that's game, and we end up just sailing across the map for the rest of the game. So yeah, it all happens very, very quickly over here, but as you can see, I'm just being left. The battleship and the other cruiser are like, nope, we don't fight for flanks. We're just going to go over the other side of the map. There's the get back, get back, get back. There's that whole deal. But we don't, like I said, we don't do that. We fight for our spawn. That's how we play. And again, it ends up leading to big things for us, so glad we did. Had we just abandoned this, it would have put the rest of our team in crossfire. So this is a huge play right here on my part for the team. These 3 ships, had I not come out here, would have been free to just go into that Bravo cap and then crossfire into Charlie and probably decimate everything over at Charlie. So yeah, this is it kind of sucks that they're leaving me out here. We do have an Alaska that he sees I'm 3-on-1 over here, and he comes over later on and tries to help out, but it's kind of, I'm already got everybody cleaned up over here. So San Luis pops up. We're going to take a shot at him. We don't get a whole lot out of it. Got 1 pen, 2 overpens. Knock something out on him. We'll take that. You can see the secondaries going to work. Those nice little cruiser guns doing what they do. And we have the Napoli here. And Napoli is a pretty dangerous ship, so I pop the smoke. And I don't put the torps out in front of that island. I go behind it because I have a feeling he's going to pop the brake. We do end up catching him with torps, so it was a really good call right there. And then we're going to use this island. We're going to go dark as our smoke runs out here. We're going to just kind of use the island to break spots and create some distance. Got about 5 seconds left on that smoke. There's the torps on Napoli. He took 2, 1 flood. Good chunk of damage off Napoli right there. Now I'm just going to see what I can get spotted here. And we're about to get another big hit on this Napoli. Not having a good time with us. So we got him with the torps. And now we absolutely bang on that Citadel. Oh, absolutely vicious. So just like that, Napoli's down a whole bunch of HP. Kind of ducking and diving because I know he's got some nasty torps of his own, and I don't want to eat any of those. There was the Kerr first that just took a shot at us. And I'm trying to pop out, see if I can't get a spot on the San Luis again. It's kind of what I'm looking for here. But he is very well hidden. Secondaries are going to hit that Napoli who poked his face out. Kerr first can't see me because we have that 10-6 detect. He's too far out. And I'm still just looking for that San Luis. And I don't think we're going to see him here. I think he went back behind that island. So we're going to turn away here. That's just because I don't want to eat rando torps. And I'm kind of assessing the situation. We've messed up the Napoli pretty good. But we've still got a very healthy Kerr first back there and a very healthy San Luis. We are pretty much on our own. We are getting some crossfires out of the mid, but it's not, as you can see, they're not doing a whole lot. At least they're trying. And I believe that's the Alaska that's up there by Bravo. The Alaska that's eventually going to realize it's 3-on-1 over here and slide over to help us out. Was thinking about popping a shot on Kerr first there because we had the islands, but he dropped spot. So I'm going to turn back in now. Start coming back. I was trying to see if I couldn't pull them down this way to where I might get some support. But I can see that's not going to happen. So now I'm going to go back in. And now we're playing for blood. Now it's serious. It's a D.R.E, I believe, that gets a spot on me there. Lets these guys know where I'm at. Napoli took a swipe at me, lit himself up. He goes dark with the smoke. Turning just in case he torped. And it was actually the Napoli spot on me because as soon as he smoked, I went dark. Again, I torp behind the island in case he pops the brake, and also because the Kerr first is coming behind him, so there's a chance for possibly hitting the Napoli and possibly hitting the Kerr first. I can see the smoke trails past the island, so the Napoli obviously is out of it. We go ahead, light him up with the main guns. Secondaries are working on him, and we're going to change our angle up here so he doesn't have an easy shot at us. See, Kerr first took a big swipe at us, didn't get anything out of it. Just letting these secondaries cook on Napoli, keeping a good angle. See, he didn't get much out of that right there. I'm not going to get much out of him because he's bow on, but is what it is. Just checking over on my right side because San Luis just took a shot at me. And secondaries are going to finish the Napoli off before he gets back behind cover. Which is nice, because that leaves me now with only 2 ships over here. As you can see, I'm still out here completely by myself. We're going to change our angle up so San Luis can't just punch through us. Got to be mindful of the curve first as well, so I'm kind of splitting the difference here. San Luis shot, so now I'm going to turn back to the curve first just in time. We tank some shells off him. And we go ahead and pop smoke. Now, because I sent the torps earlier, I had a feeling that I would get away with this because I had a feeling the curve first might have burnt his sonar already and might be on a cooldown, which it was a good call because he was. So, yeah. Already sitting at 93,000. That was pretty much mostly off the Napoli. Secondaries obviously did some work on San Luis and curve first. Now our smoke's getting ready to run out. We're going to drop torps here. If he doesn't hit the break, he's going to eat these. If he does hit the break, he's going to be just dead in the water. It's going to take him a while to get going again. Take a blast there. Now we're going to turn into him. And I don't really have too much choice here. I don't want to try to belt tank him here, because if he does get through, it's going to hurt. So I'm just going to go straight in and take whatever punishment he's going to dish out. And I know I'm probably going to get these torps off. He blasted, so I know I can make my turn. Get that rear gun in on him. And pow, goodbye curve first. And that leaves just our friend in the San Luis. He is probably pooping his pants right now. All his friends are dead. He's out here by himself. Secondaries are going to work on him. I was broadside, so he was trying to AP me. He just stays with the AP. Doesn't get switched over. And we are going to line him up. We know a turn's coming. There it is. There it is. Pow. Those big old guns. Angled just enough, hit arms, and yeah, get that dev strike. 2 citadels. Knock him out. Leaves us at 201,000. And from here on in, it's the sailing simulator. As you can see, the Alaska came in behind me. He was the only member of our team that actually came over and tried to support after the other 2 abandoned. He actually spawned in the mid, so huge hat off to the Alaska for coming over. Even though he didn't get to do much over here, it's the thought that counts. That's team play. Came over here to back his teammate up when I was in a 1-on-3. So, yeah, props for him. Yamato gets detonated right there. Even though they say they've taken detonations out of the game. And yeah, it's just sailing simulator from this point. So we're going to get this cap. Because we fought for it. We earned it. So we might as well get, you know, our XP for capping it out. And so the Alaska is going to start shooting me here from behind. And I'm not sure. I'm guessing that's, you know, out of respect. A lot of times I'll shoot, you know, my buddies. It's kind of, you know, kind of showing some love. So I'm hoping that's why he was shooting me. Give him a horn honk for the shots fired. Give him a couple horn honks here because he's going to stay on me for a little bit. We don't have much to do. We've got a long way to go across this map. He might have been telling me to come with him to the north and just sail, because pretty much as long as people don't die, we've got this game wrapped up. So that may have been what he was telling me. I'm hoping it was just, you know, hey, props. You came over here and you kicked butt all by yourself. But yeah, he just keeps sailing north to play insurance, which is a good, smart play. Very smart play. I'm going to be the knucklehead and go see if I can't knock out this DD. Just because it just all went so quick that I didn't feel like I got to do this is one of those battles where I didn't feel like I got to do a whole lot and then end up with 3k base XP. So we'll take it. Yeah. So just sailing on into the sunset. But yeah, Michelangelo, if you missed this ship, you really did miss out. This thing is just absolutely filthy. As you can see, we fought 2 of the 3 ships we fought were legendary tiers, a legendary cruiser and a legendary battleship, and was able to hold my own in a tier 8. So yeah, this thing is just monster. I think with Schroeder, it's just one of those really filthy cruisers at the tier. I don't know who's the nastier one between Schroeder and Michelangelo. I've played both. I've killed both in the opposite. They're both very nasty cruisers in their own right. Both of them are just absolutely monster at the tier. I think Michelangelo definitely has an advantage with that smoke, though, being able to drop spot, being able to push in. It can do things that Schroeder cannot get away with. But Schroeder gets that very nasty German sonar, which can come in super handy. Again, I could go with sonar on this thing rather than the heal, but hit points are currency. And the more currency I have, the more plays I can make. As you can see, we're sitting with 10,000 HP, so without the heals, I may not have survived. So, yeah, I prefer the heals over the sonar. Lucian gets the defense right there, but it isn't going to matter, and this game is about to be over. But, yeah. So secondary build on Michelangelo if you have it. If you don't have the ship and you missed out, hopefully you'll get it in a crate in the future because it's just a very nasty ship. Those main guns, 320s is huge on a cruiser. Absolutely huge and can just blast on things. And then you have those secondary guns, which are actual cruiser guns. They're like 152s, I believe. That's going to bring us to the end of our battle, though. That's all I have for you. I will catch you next time. Good hunting, fair seas, captains. Take care. Bye.